Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the L.A. Chargers taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan ball club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
It's a gain of 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Herbert off of play action. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The tight end in motion right. Herbert just beat the play clock. Into a double team and it's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass. So that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Ward. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Tuli Pelotu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Ward. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
To throw, here's Ward. And he knocks the ball away, and a falls incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
First down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Play action. It's Herbert. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Chargers, first down.
On the option right, Herbert. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
A loss of 2.
We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Winston. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time.
And Owen coughed it up and picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern a little bit. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Now it's Herbert. Setting up the screen, Harris. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw is Ward.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Khalil Mack. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
They run again with Harris.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
1st down. A gain of 5. 1st down, Chargers.
Here's Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Herbert now.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. In motion goes the tight end. Again, Herbert. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They hand this off to Harris. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense and receiver Calvin Ridley getting ready for this next possession. And he's right up there amongst the league's best when it comes to racking up receiving yards this season. Currently ranked in the top 5 as things stand here. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
At the 26-yard line.
He's going to try and do this himself. And just shutting him off there. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word. But if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, the current formula is not working right now.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught, Lockett. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that booklet. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 9-yard line.
Here's Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. Here's Ward. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the Chargers' 22-yard
Throwing is Ward.
And he will find Ridley on the left side. They had great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Now 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, Ward.
And he fires one, but incomplete. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Williams being motioned left. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. Now inside the 25.
And finally down at the 9-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and goal, Chargers.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Herbert. They'll find Williams on the slant.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers.
Touchdown, LA.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes our score 17-0. The quick feet by Jackson.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans now just about ready to take over.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing now, Ward. This one caught by Ridley. And he's brought down, giving this one up to about the 35.
15 yards. That's good for a Titans.
To throw, here's Ward. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's another Titans
Ward.
first down.
That's to the tight end, Helm. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
Now Ward. It's complete to Lockett. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35.
On the play.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back to throw. Moore. A very quick pass to Ridley. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To throw is Ward. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is the veteran, Joey Sly for the Titans field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. This is caught by Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And the Chargers first down. A gain of 11.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Open man here is Conklin. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I'd just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Tui Pelotu getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and
running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Another Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. More. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Going for it, here's Ward. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Ward now working out of the gun. And he's got it. And it's a Titans touchdown. Tyler Lockett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Titans are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Shoves him away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. There's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation. The catches, the yardage.
That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the give, this is Harris. A solid stiff arm. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 97 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
And the Chargers first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now it's Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 23. A good pickup there at 22.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Chargers.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Gosh, he winds up getting 8 there. Now an option play on 2nd down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown in this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Titans getting set to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Ward. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Ward. It's complete. Burks. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Well, you got to think Charles Atwin's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. The Titans on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. That is caught. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
4 yards. That's another Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To the air again, Ward. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Pollard. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Pollard one more time. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. Able to slither by. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Herbert now. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Tyler Conklin.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Titan football. looking to put a drive together. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing now, Ward. That's to the tight end, Riley. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw, here's Ward. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
I mean, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Right side, he has Johnston. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run. Here's Harris. Breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Titans 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Now a second and 6.
It's now second and 6 at the 27-yard line.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He has enough for the first down, and the keeper a gain of 6.
And the Titans first down. First and 10 at the
Well, with him trailing here in the second half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. Ward. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
For a Titans first down.
Now Ward. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 48 yards. And the Titans have got it back to within a score. And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, fourth quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem fazed one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
Titans 24.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and running back Najee Harris set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 168 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
At the 38-yard line.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down right at the line of
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First down, Los Angeles.
They run with Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now a first down carry for Harris. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, LA! Quentin Johnston with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers will add to their 4th quarter lead. But that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. To throw is Ward. Drops this underneath for Pollard. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Ward. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. This is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
40-yard line.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Chargers, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.